Welcome to the race-by-race preview for Sha Tin on Sunday. Paul Lally is here to provide us selections for Sa Ladies Purse Day. 10 races with the first race at 1 o'clock on the C+3 circuits. It's Class 5 to get us underway with Diamond Forever, Goodview Glory and Noble One and Super Contented all on the class drop. One Heart One is 2, blinkers off, he wears cheek pieces once again. Easy 2 jumps up in trip from the 12 to the 1400 metres. Super Joy's now with Cody Moe, who's given him 3 trials, pacifiers off, cheek pieces go on, and Beat Hollow jumps over from the all-weather 1200 to the turf 1400 metres here. The speed of Paul Apex Top, who didn't run it out first up, but he does race well second up.
He does, doesn't he? And look, he's drawn wide. He looks the only sort of leader in the race. So I think he can come across in that wide draw. Compulsory on the opposite, he's drawn quite nicely. I think he can sort of slot in behind there. He's drawn barrier 1. Diamond Forever can come across. Beat Hollow up and trip. Super Contented. The rest generally get back.
We start with a class dropper. His name is Noble One. He's out of the John Size stable. Alexi Bedell rides. Hasn't raced in this grade before. This is 4th. In fact, it's Francis Lloyd. John has Noble win. Noble One 4th behind Kaying Cheer in this race, Paul, and Francis has removed the blinkers.
Yeah, I like this horse. Comes back in grade. Blinkers off, he's drawn nicely in barrier number 6. He's always looked like he was going to win a race. He's had 2 seconds from his 18 starts. He's in the right grade now. And the run here behind Kaying Chair was pretty good because I think Kaying Chair is a very good horse. So I like the way he stayed on here. Now dropping down in grade, I think he's the one to beat.
Kaying Chair at the Sha Tin trials on Friday morning and was under a good hold running second in that trial. We move on from that horse, Paul, to a number in this race. And when they turn for home, Compulsory, Fortune Master, Yo-Yo Knight and Casa Legend are as good as the last 4 with Apex Top at the other end leading them for home.
Yeah, so look, these horses, Casa Legend, he does this. He gets back, he runs on strongly. Look, Compulsory missed the start from barrier number 6. From the inside draw, I think they'll be wary of that and they'll be trying to get right on the pace here with him. And it's not an overly strong pace. So, look, Apex Top let out, but you can see these horses coming on strongly. So, a nice run, I thought, from both Compulsory and also Casa Legend in particular.
All right, that's Clark Racer winning that race and winning convincingly. And we've got one more replay to have a look at it. Some trial form around the top weight, which is Diamond Forever with the 1-3-5. Andrea Atzani and Mark Newnham are in 3rd here behind Circuit 9. No form in 5 up in grade so far.
No, exactly. He's downgraded. Second start this season as well. Forward Diamond Forever. Look, he's going to have to improve on what we've seen on race day. He's by Zoostar, so maybe he's suited to the all-weather. The trial was a little bit better on the all-weather, although he was pushed out a little bit. He's hard to have in this.
All right, so it's wait and see what he does. He won't be amongst Paul's selections for the first number 1 Diamond Forever. But who is amongst the top 4?
Going to go with Francis Lloyd's charge here, which is Noble One. He's on top. Apex Top, if he can get his own way in front, he can normally run a pretty good race. We saw Compulsory finishing off really strongly, along with Casa Legend at their last starts. So 3, 9, 14 and 5.
There you have it, 3, 9, 14 and 5 from Paul to take the first on Sa Ladies Purse Day. Race number 2 has a scratching. Texas Moon has come out. This makes it interesting because Beauty Destiny has come in. Harry Bentley rides him for Frankie Law and will jump from barrier number 8 over the 1200 metres. Class 4 event, Happy for All goes up in trip. I Gives looking for 3 in a row. First starters, Divas 12, High Rise Power, Joyful Life, Mimip. Then we've got Lucky Quality with the tongue tie going on. Always Awesome and Dublin Star have both trialled since their last starts. Speed map here, Paul. I Give may not get the run in front that he was going to now with Beauty Destiny coming into the race.
Yeah, exactly. So Texas Moon, he comes out of the race and he was at the back anyway. He would have been at the back anyway. So look, Beauty Destiny I think will lead on the inside. I think I Give will come across and join him. Just put that bit of pressure on him in front, which will give Joyful Life a nice run. Just in behind the first starter, and Awesome Treasure should get a nice run as well.
We start though with the informed horse in the race. It is I Give. Nick with his trainer, Pierre Ung.
Pierre Ung, back to the races you will go with I Give. He really has been the gift that keeps on giving.
Yes, he's been doing very well. He's won three times now, and this time is going to be more difficult for him.
How much difficult does it get for him? I mean, he's gone up £19 this season. I mean, nobody wants to put a ceiling on where their mark will end, but I guess on what he's doing, you'd have to think it'd go well again, wouldn't you?
He will go well again. C+3 course. Hopefully, it's a leader's track, and we draw him wide again. Well, he's used to that, and the only concern, the top weight, he really need to find it challenging with the top weight.
Yeah, was there ever a sort of a thought in your mind that you might sort of claim off him? I know the options are relatively limited here, but I know obviously Angus does ride for you a bit.
Yeah, I thought of Angus that way, but yeah, he was rating 56 and was a bit unlucky with the top weight, and but I think hopefully he can manage with good jockeying on him.
I guess with that in mind, given that the top weight is 56, arguably it's not as stronger a race, I suppose.
Definitely, we've got some of the newcomers in, and looks we dominated. If we can dominate the speed again, I think he has his chance.
How's he been up at Chung Fa, Pierre? I know you like to give him a bit of a break up there. Has he done well?
He's done very well up there. He looks stronger in the morning track work, so let's see how he goes.
There is a Pierre Rung talking I Give, and his opposition includes Paul horses like these two, Happy for All third and Always Awesome fifth. They're both well back in the field here, and they are both running over an extra 200 metres in this race.
Like both their runs. I thought they're both really good. Happy Forever now, he did win on his debut run off a 52 rating. He's up to this 56. But he really caught the eye of this other horse, which was Always Awesome. He's only had the 4 starts here in Hong Kong. The 1200 looks absolutely ideal for him. I really like the way he finished off his race as well. So I think both these two are legitimate chances in this race.
That's a good report, as Happy for All just runs into third placing there at the line. First starters now, and we're going to start with High Rise Power, who runs second. He has had the 5 trials, 3 of them this season. This one he runs second behind Yi Chong Spirits.
Yeah, not a bad trial from him. He trialled nice. He's got Karis Teton aboard. Just a little bit of an awkward draw in barrier number 7. He'll just need a little bit of luck from that draw. You can see him coming out to the middle of the track, and he finished off nicely above. I thought there was a couple others that had trialled better than him, though.
OK, so we'll just wait and see with the High Rise Power. Karis Teton, Francis Lloyd, barrier number 7, 5th and a 5th in his 2 trials prior to that one there, including one behind Parents Love. This is one that has taken your eye at the trials. It's Joyful Life, and it's going to be Derek Long and Ricky Yu.
Yeah, he won this dirt trial prior to this, and you can see this is an educational trial. He did lead all the way in this dirt trial, so that's why I thought they might put him on the pace here on his debut. You could see he could have easily won this trial, I think, if he wanted to. He was sort of in camp quarters there, and just ran through the line really nicely. He was going sideways rather than going forward halfway most of the time through this race. So totally educational, and I really like the trial from him.
That's a very good push for a Joyful Life there in those white, yellow and green colours. And now to the Roadrunner. Mimip. He runs 6th in this. John Si's Zach Purden. Is the kitie a chance of running him down in this?
Well, he's had the 6 trials. Looking at his breeding, he's by not a single doubt out of a Galileo mare. So you're going to think he's going to want further than 1,200 metres in time. He was pushed out a little bit over the shorter trip, but he did run on nicely enough in this particular trial. But I just wonder if he needs further.
All right, so maybe another start or 2 and up in distance for Mimip there. He is over on the inside. 6 trials, 4 of them this season. Zach Purden, John Size, he does get a very good draw of barrier number 1. As we saw, Paul, with the scratching graphic, Beauty Destiny comes into the race. Adds a bit of intrigue, not only to this race, but to the day itself.
Yeah, exactly right. And look, what a horse that he's been. He went out really short on debut, and he just sort of faded, ran 30. He's got that tail swishing. He's got a little bit of a chink in his armour there, and then he ran down the track last time. But he's since come out and he's trialled well. His track work, he still swishes it as well, but swishes the tail, but not as much.
Are you going to keep him safe?
Yeah, I am. Look, I'm going to include him in it, but I'd really like this first starter, More Joyous. This horse has trialled really well. Joyful Life, I should say. He's trialled really well, this horse, and I think he's ready to win, fresh up. He's had the 4 trials to get him ready. Beauty Destiny in there for second. Look, he's a boom or bust at this stage, this horse. Happy for All. I really like the rate. His last run, coming up to 1,200 metres, looks good, and Always Awesome comes out of that same race. 6, 8, 1 and 11. I know 8's going to be really sort of fancied, but I think 6 can beat him.
Joyful Life is going to make it 1 start for 1 win from Paul in race number 2. Another plethora of first starters in race number 3 come up against some raced ones, of course, and it's over the 1,000 metres with Amazing Ace. His best performance last time. Divine Shining is on the class drop. Hong Kong Hall, 1,200 metre winner at the back end of last season, but he had to share the spoils. Multi-super cheek pieces off, blinkers go on. First starters, Parents Love, Run Timing, Sterling Wong Choi and Strathbarry, and also Wunderbar. And down the bottom, Golden Morsteed has a new home. He's now with Chris So, formerly Richard Gibson, and Chris has added a crossover noseband. So many first starters, Paul, is subject to change, but Parents Love and Sparkling Dolphin, he's shown pace at the races, Sparkling Dolphin, and Parents Love pace at the trials.
Yeah, so that's why I thought they might share the lead together. Hong Kong Hall, he can go forward from his good draw. He's got the outside draw, barrier 14. Run Timing, shown a little bit of pace at his trials, has Wunderbar. Multi-super, back to Amazing Ace. And Universal Pursuit, it's always the start with him that can be a little bit dodgy.
The race form is where we go first, though, and Sparkling Dolphin is just off the pace here. He was terrible after winning so well 2 starts ago. Multi-super, he is yet to win in 8, but he has placed 5 times.
Yeah, blinkers go on him as well with Zach Purton aboard. Sparkling Dolphin, look, he's better fresh, this horse. And look, he just dropped out tamely in this race. So I can't really have Sparkling Dolphin. Multi-super, the blinkers might help him, but as you say, still a maiden after 8.
All right, that's that pair there. Multi-super draws barrier number 3. Zach Purton and Ricky Huey's had 2 starts down the straight for 2 placings. That one there, the most recent of them. Hong Kong Hall, Paul, is a consistent enough horse, but he hasn't run top 3 over the 1,000 metres yet. He comes here on the back of 2 trials. This one a second behind Celestial Colours. Does draw the outside rail.
Yeah, look, he does come into this race in a fresh state, so probably 1,000's a good starting point for him. He's drawn nicely in barrier number 14, as you mentioned. Thought the trial was good. The stable's going really well, David Hall at the moment. And he is the last start winner, even, albeit a dead heat with Fun and Glory. But in saying that, I think the horse is going well enough. I'm going to include him from that outside draw.
It carries an extra £3 for that victory. Here's a first starter and one that's looked very impressive, Parents Love. This is his trial. He's beat Hollow, and then he holds off Invincible Sage in this one.
Yeah, nice trial from him. He's got the claim. Angus has ridden him in the trials. He's had 3 of them. He's by deep field, this horse. And look, he looks ready to go. So I think he's going to be tough to beat in this.
He gets a £7 claim, so on with a lightweight of 116 pounds. And Invincible Sage, of course, has already won this season. Next trial, we're heading to Chung Fa and Sterling Wong Choi. He's had 2 this time in, 5 trials in total since he's been here. He wins this horse and wins this race, and the horse to his inside that he beats is Mr. Valiant.
Yeah, so look, he's had 2 trial wins in his last couple. Was to have an intended start, but hasn't raced at this stage. He's drawn 4. It's hard to say of these Chung Fa trials, isn't it? But he did win the trial.
He did. That's the grey Sterling Wong Choi out of the Douglas White stable, who had a great night at Happy Valley on Wednesday night. Wunderbar, another first starter. He has had the 5 trials. There he is in those blue colours up outside the leader. Barrier number 5, Karis Teaton and John Size.
By rich enough, this horse. Look, it's hard to tell with these trials up here at Chung Fa. Barrier 5, he was pushed out a little bit, but won the trial. So, yeah, I mean, it's hard to say with the John Size trials because he doesn't really do too much here, but the horse did win the trial.
All 3 trials this time in have been up at Chung Fa also. That was looking cool that he beat in that trial. And Golden Morsteed, 3 trials, he's won them all. Now with Chris So, who's produced the second-hand horses to race superbly all season.
Run last at his last 4 starts, or second or third last. Barrier 6, pushed out to win this trial. Can't have him.
OK, so no Golden Morsteed for Paul. And he will get in with a lightweight down the bottom. Will be ridden by Matthew Chadwick from barrier number 6 and coming back from the 1600 when we last saw him. So he is out. Golden Morsteed, who's in?
Yeah. Look, I'm going to go with Parents Love in this. I think this horse, who is yet to race here in Hong Kong, has the claim. Drawn in barrier 7, I think he can come across and share the lead. Hong Kong Hall, he can get the perfect trail just in behind. A horse we didn't talk about, or these two that we didn't talk about, were Woodfire Champ. Now, he only had the one start. Finished off really strongly, I thought, on his debut. Keith Young aboard, finished 6th. On that race. And then Universal Pursuit. Now, he missed the start, second start. He'd been trialling really well. He's had this run now, and he's drawn really nicely in barrier 13 with Andre Atzini aboard. So 7, 3, 11 and 13 for me.
That is a preview for race number 3. It kicks off the early treble on Sunday. We work our way on to race number 4 on the preview here right now, and we go to the 1600 metre start point for this one, with the Royal Pride at this stage having his best form over at Happy Valley. Looking cool, two-time winner 1600 metres. Wide Blue Yonder, both of his wins have been 1400 metres. Lucky Eternity has placed 3 from 5 course and distance. Go 16, a bit unlucky last start. Pakistan Friend is flying. Aestheticism's placed his last 2. Sharp and Bright first up on the back of 2 trials, and President's Choice has won 3 times, and Karis Teeton's been on board for all of them and will ride him again in race number 4. Master Hero goes forward, Reliable Profit with pace. Pakistan Friend, such a tough win last time, Paul, and he's going to get a much easier run on the rail this week.
Yeah, 1600 metres for him, Pakistan Friend. So he did win over the 1600 last time. I think he'll get a lot better run than he did last time. Royal Pride, he should get a nice enough run, looking cool. Then back to Sharp and Bright, President's Choice, and Noble Win towards back.
Our first replay is that of Royal Pride, Paul, and here he is over at Happy Valley running 4th. When I said during the starters list that his best form's been at Happy Valley, he's 13 and zip at Sha Tin.
Yeah, so look, you can see him finishing off nicely here in this particular race, and this was on the weekend, so he's backing up pretty quickly, is Royal Pride. He's had a couple of 4s. He has run 4th here at Sha Tin as well, so he's not a total duffer at Sha Tin. And look, he finished close up here. I thought it was a good run. He's in form at the moment.
Oh, that's a good report for Royal Pride. The first one we look at, second replay, features Noble Win 10th, Aestheticism and Master Hero. Master Hero has placed 2 from 3 over the 1600. His wins at 1400, and Aestheticism has been running on well. Slowly run races, so a good run from both these 2 horses, but in particular Aestheticism, because he had to come a lot further back. Both these 2 horses be happy that Chang Teng Glory's not in the race, because they both ran into him at their last 2 starts. So look, a really good run, I thought, from both these 2 horses, and I think they've both got a good chance. I think they can quinella the race, actually. All right, so 5 beats home 10 there. Will it be the 5 beating home the 10 in that race replay again, or are you going to flip them around? Going to flip them around, actually. Yeah, so I've got the 10 to beat in this one, Aestheticism. Okay, we've got one more key race to have a look at, and that is the Informed Pakistan Friend. There he is, and that's where he was the entire way in this race. He was out wide, he dug deep. He's trialled pretty well over a much shorter distance since this race too, and Go 16 was unlucky. Yeah, I'm going to put Go 16 on the back of this, because I thought he was really unlucky. Pakistan Friend, look, he's won 3 in a row now, this horse. I thought he was at his mark last time. He's getting on in age. He's a 9-year-old, but he's running pretty well as a 9-year-old. He is indeed, and there he is digging very, very deep to score there. So that's a look at our replays for race number 4, but we already know you've flipped them around from the second replay. I have, yeah. I'm going to go with the Aestheticism on top to beat Master Hero. I think these 2 can quinella the race, though, coming out of the same one. We'll give Royal Pride another chance, because he's a horse in form at the moment. I do like the fact he's getting that 10-pound claim off his back, and then Go 16, as you mentioned, was unlucky at his last start. 10, 7, 1 and 8. And that is race number 4. It is the first leg of the Triple Trio. High grade Class 2, race number 5 is the race we're looking at right now. It's over the 1600 metres. The best peaches coming back in distance. Beauty Lie's been to Chungfa. I'm on a trial up there. Eremo, Pacifiers with Cowls off, blinkers go on. Chingy's second start in Class 2, Happy Together, and Superb Boy come up in grade for the first time. It's a rating 90 to 70 Class 2 though. Beautyverse has the hood coming off, and Snaffles 3 starts for 3 placings this season. Beauty Live goes forward here, Paul, over moments in time, but everybody's getting their opportunity. I think so. I think everyone can get into their positions. There's a reasonable run to the first corner as well. Superb Boy's up and trip, so he might even want to lead from a good draw, but I thought Beauty Live went forward last time, and he might just try and go on with it.
Snaffle should get a better run than he did last time. Eremo, powerful wings. Now he's a horse that's finally got a barrier draw, so I think he'll be able to slot in nicely.
Interview to start race number 5. It's Alexi Bedell with Nick talking Happy Together.
Alexi, Happy Together is, well, looks to be a really nice ride for you on the weekend. Got the win last time on stable debut for Frankie Law, and he did a good job.
Yeah, very much. That was a good effort, you know, being away from the races for a while, and he won convincingly first up. That was a nice job.
He's a horse you've always had a bit of an association with, obviously formerly with Richard Gibson, but you've now won a couple on him. He's got form around some strong ones. I thought the way he battled on last time to beat Snaffles was very creditable.
Yeah, correct. He's always been a quality horse in my mind, and I think he proved it last time. That was a good effort, and I'm hoping he can step up to a Class 2 level and keep doing well.
He's got a decent draw as well. How much of a plus point is that in your mind?
I think, yeah, of course, it's supposed to make it easier, you know, but he's a very easy horse. You just ride him wherever he's comfortable. He can quicken in the straight, so it's just about being in the right spot and having a smooth run on the straight.
He's got plenty of form in this race around some of them, and obviously a good draw will help. I wanted to ask, was there a decision to be made between this horse and Eremo for you? Because he's a horse that you've obviously had an association with. Was this guy perhaps always the choice under these conditions?
Yeah, that's a good question. The fact that there was a meeting cancelled because of the typhoon forced everyone to reschedule the horses, and this one was Happy Together was one of my rides that I had to reschedule, and so we aimed for that race quite in advance, and ending up with another good ride, which is Eremo. So I was already booked, and just a Hong Kong live.
Yeah. Sometimes the general misconception is a jockey's life is easy, but it can be a bit frustrating.
Yeah, well, we'll find out after Sunday. But yeah, they're certainly both good rides, and both horses which I had success with, and hopefully I'm on the right one on the right day.
Now you know why and how it happened with Alexi's choice of rides in race number 5. Our replay Paul here has the Best Peach running 3rd, Beauty Live running 6th. The Best Peach will have to carry 135 pounds, so that's 12 more than what he's got in this replay.
Yeah, so it's just going to make it a little bit tougher, I think, for the Best Peach. Look, he's got Zach aboard, he's drawn wide, but he gets back and runs on as well. Beauty Live, I think he might just have to go forward from barrier number 9 and might have to work a little bit to get across. So, look, the Best Peach was right on the cusp for me, but didn't quite make it in.
All right, and Beauty Live won a trial at Chung Fa and beat Northern Beaches in that trial. He did it quite well too, since fading in the run home in that race. Superb Boy's been one of your horses. 1,400 metres he's been really good at, unbeaten at the trip. Can he take the step up to 1,600?
I think he can. Look, this was a fastly run race. The horse in the inside, Massive Action, has come out and won again since. So he comes out of a strong form race. And he was made to work for it, but he stayed on. So that's why I wondered if the 1,600 would be the next port of call for him, and obviously it has been. So by Nakoni shouldn't be a problem for him. And I just like the way that he just really stuck on nicely. Lightning Bolts come out of this, and he's won a couple as well. So it's a reasonable form race.
All right, and here's the horse that Alexi decided not to go with Eremo on the all-weather. He ran 4th in this race. He's a horse that is second up, and he has a good record second up.
Has won in the past second up, and he has won on the turf as well three times. So, look, he's more than capable. He's drawn a little bit awkwardly, I thought, on 8. Blinkers will go back on.
All right, so that is Eremo, and his all-weather form is 4 starts for 2 wins. His turf form has seen him win 3 times over 1,400, and his longer distance wins have all been on the all-weather. We've seen Beauty Live at the races. This is his trial up at Chung Fa, Paul, and there he is in between horses turning for home, and he goes on to win this by a neck. And we see Northern Beaches later on the card. Yeah,
well, the thing with Beauty Live is that as we talked about, he's drawn barrier 9. He's going to have to come across. He's just might have to work. This is just a quiet trial at Chung Fa. It's hard to tell.
All right. So is he going in?
No.
All right. So we'll just watch him slide down the straight there. Northern Beaches always fluke run at the program as well, but Beauty Live out of the Frankie Law stable, and Derek Lung combined 4 starts, 1 win, 1 second over 1,600 at Sha Tin. I don't think we've got any replays of the league ponies coming up, so we'll get your selections for the 5th.
It was just about seen everything, haven't we, a couple of times. Number 8 on top for me, though, Superb Boy. He's clearly on top here. Look, up to the 1,600 metres should really suit this horse. 11 Snaffles, he goes in there for second. He's been very consistent with placings in his last 3. Powerful Wings has finally got a bit of draw. Barrier number 5, he's drawn 13, 14, 13, 12 and 9 in his last few starts. So I think he'll get his opportunity. And Galaxy Witness will get back, he'll be running on. And look, I just don't know what his right distance is, but I didn't want to completely leave him out. 8, 11, 9 and 4.
That is race number 5, the preview for the first leg of the 6 Up. The La Colline handicap is race number 6, and we go down to a class 4 for this one over the 1,400 metres. Top tee, blinkers off, tongue tie goes on for the first time. Dream Pursuer wears cheek pieces for the first time. Club Soda has had 8 trials for this season. Mr. Aladdin comes onto the turf. Superwise Dragon ran 4th at his first start at the distance. Champion Instinct, a wider draw, an extra 200 metres. Dragon Pride comes up in class and has had 2 trials before he resumes. And Winning Data back from the 1,650 at Happy Valley to the 1,400 metres. The speed map, Paul, has Aerial leading, Natural Gold, Champion Instinct wide in front of Perfect Peach, and a gap back to Dream Pursuer out there.
Yeah, look, Dream Pursuer I think is going to have to go back along with Superwise Dragon. But look, I thought Champion Instinct might have to work a little bit. Perfect Peach will try and get a little bit of cover from him. But Aerial's the one that generally likes to lead. And from barrier 4, I think he'll be positive. Natural Gold's another one that does like to go forward.
Top T started favourite last start. He looked to have every chance in the race area. He is in between horses. He ended up running 5th. This was his first start, though, since June. With the run under his belt, how do you see him second up?
Well, I'm going to put him in on a minor line, but you're right. There was a lot of money for him here today. He was absolutely punted off the boards, and he had every opportunity whatsoever. You can see him coming through there. Look, I quite like the horse that beat him in this, Always Fluke. Leslie came down the outside. There was a big, it was about 3 or 4 lengths amongst the whole field, wasn't it? But he did have every chance.
Yep, all right, so that's top T. Zach Purton does stick, though, for a Dennis Ship this week. We have got Aerial here running second. Divine Era finishes 3rd. He's run second behind Global Harmony at the trials since Divine Era and just loves this trip.
Yeah, he does. Ariel's drawn better, so that's why I think he can lead, so that'll give him his opportunity, Ariel, but still a maiden from his 14 starts in this contest. So Divine Era, now we know that he's one of 3, this horse, and all over the course of distance. So of the 2, I haven't got either of them in, but of the 2, I'd probably go with Divine Era.
All right, so there are it's Karma bursting through on the inside to go away and score in race number 6. What about Champion Instinct, Paul? He finishes 3rd in this race. He's just off the pace turning for home, and this will be his 3rd go at 1,400 metres, placed over the 1,200 behind an impressive horse in Champion Method, who's now unbeaten in 2.
Yeah, he looks good, doesn't he? And these 3 sort of squared off with the Ruby lot as well. Look, he's drawn 12. That's just the query I had. He might have to work in the early stages. He's obviously got the ability, this horse, but he was right on the cusp. I didn't get him in because of the draw.
OK, so wait till he gets a better draw. Champion Instinct there. Driving finish, the 3 of them, and in the end he was relegated back to 3rd after rolling in. You've crunched the numbers and come up with the Winning Data here.
I have. Look, I've gone with this horse here, Winning Data. Now, he's got no form whatsoever prior to this race, but he trialled really well. He's trialled nicely since. He ran placing here behind M Unicorn, who was an easy winner, but I just like the way he stood, carried on. Looking for something that's going to pay a bit of a price. I thought Top T will come up too short. So from barrier number 6, I'm going to take a chance with him. Didn't mind him that night, and I'll stick with him. And Ricky Hughes' horses are flying.
So the computer finally said yes.
Yes, Winning Data, it did. So he's on top, Winning Data, and hopefully we'll get a prize for him. We'll make him the long shot for the meeting. Superwise Dragon, now we didn't talk about him, but his run was really good last time. He got well back behind Noble Pursuit, hit the line really strongly for 4th. Top T in there for 3rd. And Dream Pursuer, another one that with cheek pieces on, and his last start caught the eye as well. He was in that same race, the Noble Pursuit race. both Superwise Dragon and Dream Pursuer come out of that race, which I think will be quite a good form race. 13-8, 1 and 3.
The blinkers staying on winning data and straight on to Paul's top selection for race number 6. The feature race is race number 7, the running of the Group 3 Sasa Ladies Purse over the 1800 metres, and they line up this way. Moneycatcher, last year's winner, encountered second to California Spangle last time. Senor Toba, Group 3 Centenary Vase winner over this trip. Straight Aaron, 2 starts, 2 wins at 1800 metres. Tourbillon Diamonds, a 2-time winner over this distance as well. Super Sunny Singh, he was too good for Spirited Express, winning easily last time. Nimble Nimbus, 2 starts, 2 placings, course and distance, and La City Blanche, 4th and a little unlucky when he was first up too for Karis Teaton and Tony Cruz this week. There's the speed. Paul Moneycatcher goes forward. We know Champion Dragon has pace. Will Nimble Nimbus press on, or might be happy to sit out there and try his luck?
Well, he did that last start, didn't he? And he did run okay. But look, Matthew Poon aboard Champion Dragon, I'm certain is going to pressure Moneycatcher here. He won't want Moneycatcher to get cheap sectionals like he did when winning last year. So I think he's going to put the pressure on him. Tourbillon Diamond encountered to get a nice run. Senor Toba ran really well at his last start, as did La City Blanche.
The Sha Tin trophy is where we start. It was a really pedestrian pace that California Spangle was able to set up here. So we'll roll it from the 600 metres. They went 134.18 and California Spangle under the top weight leads. Moneycatcher is the horse out there 3 wide. Encountered had the second best run in the race, thus he ran second. We've also got a couple at the back, Straight Aaron and Senor Toba. They should appreciate the step up in trip, and Tourbillon Diamond's just not going well enough, is he?
No, he doesn't appear to be, does he? He should get a nice run, though. But look, I liked Senor Toba's run in this. He really finished off quite strongly and counted, as you mentioned. I like him as well because he up to the 1800, although he's only had 1 go on it. I thought Moneycatcher was a bit disappointing here because he was on that slow pace and dropped out.
He does go up a lot in weight too. Moneycatcher carried 123 pounds in that replay. Next one features an impressive horse, Super Sunny Singh. His only start at 1800 metres. He was victorious in the Classic Cup and he's had 2 runs back from a spell.
Yeah, look, this race looks tailor-made for him. I'm sure this was in their plans. Look, he won his last start, this one here, really nicely. He comes in this race with a really light weight. He's drawn 10, but he gets back anyway. So look, I think this race is tailor-made for him. I think it's his to lose with the weight, as long as he gets the luck in running. I think the horse really finished off nicely and he won well. So the horse Spirit Express has come out and won again since the one that ran second.
And Matthew Chadwick will partner Super Sunny Singh. He does know the horse. He has ridden him to victory previously. Now Champion Dragon 5th. There's Nimble Nimbus out very wide. He's what, 4 wide turning for home?
Yeah.
You do the wide turners for home. 4?
Yep.
Did you make it 4, 5 or 6 there?
5+. Yeah, he was, as you can see. So he was wide all the way. That's why I wonder if he's going to push on and just put that extra bit of pace. There is a big run to the first bend. Look, I like the run here of La City Blanche. The other horse that won the race, Rise from Ashes, got the run. And look, he had to come out and lost all his momentum, which I think cost him a placing. There wasn't much in this, so I quite like him in this as well.
We're going to have a look at the head-on too about La City Blanche, and there it is, the run's there, but he just couldn't quite get there in time, could he? And Rising from Ashes saw the opportunity.
Yeah, and you can see him here. He goes off heels to go outside, and as he does it, Rising from Ashes moves out. If he'd waited a second longer, he wouldn't have had to change direction. But I mean, you don't know; it's split second, isn't it?
It is.
And he finished off really strongly. This horse is this race is really suits lightweighted horses, and he's one of them.
He's got to be in, doesn't he?
Yeah, he goes.
Considering
Yeah,
you had him in there.
Yeah, at 100-1, whatever he was. But look, he goes in, but not on top. I think Super Sunny Singh, this is his race. He's on top. La City Blanche encountered should get a nice run, and he did last time. And Senor Toba, I really like the way he finished off strongly, so I wanted to put him in as well. 7-10-2-3.
There it is, the preview for the Group 3 Sasa Ladies Purse. It's race number 7 and start time is 4:05. We spin up race number 8, and the 8th race is over the 1400 metres. It is a Class 4, and Merchant Prince is up in distance from the 1000 metres. at his resumption. Beato carries 9 pounds less than last start due to the claim for Angus Chung. Always Fluke, big efforts his last 2 outings. Chili Barbe held up last time, goes to the 1400. Robot Fighter on debut, 5 trials, 3 this season. Circuit 9 has the hood coming off. Urban Triumph wears a visor again. Maximise Heart visor first time. And Dashing Glory Shadow Rollers off and All Sport blinkers for the first time here in race number 8. River Views, we know he likes to go forward, Paul. Cyber Patch, Young Horizon out wider. Beato, if he can jump better's on the inside. Speaking of jumping better, Circuit 9 still has an issue with the gates.
He does, doesn't he? So, look, he's going to be out the back there somewhere. Robot Fighter's a first starter. He's had the 5 trials. He hasn't shown too much early speed as well. Chili Barber, another one that has problems with the gates. He's going to be back. I fear for Young Horizon from his wide draw, because if he goes forward, he might be trick wide.
Oh, he might be a mile out there, wide on the track. Young Horizon, if he can't get across. Beato, he's one you've had in recently. He finishes 5th here. Maximise Heart 7th. This was 1,400 metres. Is he in again this week?
Yeah, he is. Look, he was a little bit closer in the run, and I thought that he had his opportunity here. He did run 5th. He always looks like 1,600 is going to be his right distance in time. Here he stays on nicely enough here for 5th. So, look, I've got one to beat him, but he goes in once again. And, look, he's trying hard, and he always runs on, this horse.
I like that. He is Beato in the black end, silver colours out wide. Winner of that race is Fun Together. Next replay, this horse has been huge always. Fluke, he's run 2 starts ago where he won, was big, and he beat Commanding Missile. Did plenty of work here, and in the end Leslie's run him down, but he was entitled to finish a lot further back than second, wasn't he?
No, it definitely was. So, look, I like him in this contest. I think he's going to be tough to beat, and as you say, you know, he's done all the work now. Leslie just came off his heels and just beat him late. I didn't mind the run from River Views either, because he had to work to get across and lead, and I think he's going to get a reasonably easily lead here from barrier number 7 as well. So I'm going to put both these 2 in, but as you can see, Riverview's never gave it away either. He's still in front there, just close to the post.
He's that Prince driving through late in the yellow colours too, so competitive finish that one. Here's Circuit 9, the Barrier Rogue. He was slow out in both of his trials again. He ends up winning this, was pushed out to do so. I guess in his favour, if there is one thing, Matthew Chadwick's back on board, and he's been the man to ride him to both victories.
Yeah, look, he did win his down the straight, didn't he, as a Griffin as well, Circuit 9. So, look, he was really pushed out here, but he did what he was asked to do, and he did win nicely. But he has been disappointing, this horse, since his early days. It was a bit of a blanket finish there, so we'll see how he jumps on the day, but I didn't include him.
OK, that is a Circuit 9, but always Fluke and Beato certainly amongst the mix.
Yeah, that's a Quinella, actually, for me. I'm going to go with always Fluke, actually, to beat Beato. River Views, I think he can run well. He comes out that race. He's there for a long period of time. And I'm going to put Chili Barber in. He always gets back, but he runs on strongly, this horse. And Andre Azzini might just be the right man for him, so he goes in there for 4th. 4-3-9-6.
And race number 8 is the first leg of the late treble. This is a good race, race number 9, and we're going to try and find the winner of that for you right now. It's a 1,200 metre Class 3, and Beauty Crescent gets a claim at the top of the book. He's placed 2 from 5 course and distance. Armour Eagle's tried up well since his last start, 4th behind Galaxy Patch. Golden Empire wears blinkers for the first time. Global Harmony has won 3 trials. Northern Beaches second to Galaxy Patch at his last start. Beer Palace was trained by Mark Newnham in New South Wales. He won over 1,200 at Newcastle and 1,400 at Goulburn. Ladies' Choice comes up in grade for the first time. Master Stroke was a 1,400 metre winner at Riccarton when trained by Stephen Marsh in New Zealand. Greenwich, he's finally drawn a gate, Paul. Yeah,
he's got a good gate, hasn't he? So I think he can go forward from that gate. Swift Ascends only had the one start and he led on debut, but did fade out a bit. So that's the horses to go forward. Northern Beaches just might do a bit tough from his draw, barrier number 11. Golden Empire should get a nice run. Armour Eagle likewise. Ladies' Choice can slot in with Beauty Crescent, back to Compassion Spirit. Solid Impact might just have to go further back, and Master Stroke hasn't shown too much pace in his trot.
No, he was tailed right off at Happy Valley with Master Stroke in his 1,000 metre trial there. Karis Teaton is our man to kick us off. Here is Nick with Karis talking Global Harmony.
Karis, Global Harmony, one of your rides on Sunday. I know he hasn't delivered that win yet, but it looks like it's coming soon.
Yeah, Nick, of course, last season, his last run was a really good run. and I think he's been trialling really good lately, so we're just looking forward to having him back on track.
I mean, looking at it on paper, he might have just bumped into a half-decent one in Enterprising Attack last back end, so the form certainly looks respectable.
Yeah, I mean, I think he was a horse that was gradually getting better with time, and like you said, there's a bit of form line around his run, so he's going very well, and I think he's an interesting horse. I know it's a first up run; he hasn't run for a long time, but he's fit and well to go and perform well.
Yeah, David Hayes clearly hasn't left any stone unturned. All the trial watchers have been full of excitement seeing this horse. He's had three, he's won all three of them. You've ridden him in the latest one. How did he feel?
Yeah, he felt really good actually. I think he's fresh, so he's been tried really good lately, and he's going to be an interesting run on a weekend.
Question without notice slightly, but I'm pretty sure David's always had an opinion of him. Is that sort of what's been sort of translated through to you on a couple of occasions?
Well, he does give you a nice feel when you're running him, so I totally understand where David's coming from. And last time, of course, he gave me a really good feel when I rode him. He really finished off really strongly. I think you really see his best after a few runs. Of course, he hasn't run for a long time, but we are pretty happy with him the way he's going, and I think he's in a shape where he go to races and perform really well.
Sha Tin there, Global Harmony. Beauty Crescent, Paul, is where we're looking at right now. He runs second here. Greenwich has ended up finishing third after leading for home. He's had barriers 10, 8 and 6 for his 3 runs back. Greenwich, barrier number 3 this week and a lightweight of 117.
Yeah, it should suit him. And look, I do like, he goes in, I do like Beauty Crescent in this race as well. Now, he gets the claim, so he's going to bring his weight right down. He was just sort of balked for a run there, as you can see, halfway down, he had to change heels. And once he got into the clear, he finished off really strongly. So he's going to get that, it's with the relief in the weights. I think he's going to be a big chance as well.
We have seen him darting home a number of times, Beauty Crescent, just like that. He's also in this replay. We've spoken about him. He didn't make much ground in this race. Northern Beaches, who trialled well up at Chung Fa, weaved through and looked the winner. Arna Eagle ends up running 4th, and in the end, Galaxy Patch comes flying through the middle and beats them all. Yeah,
look, I thought it was a good run from Northern Beaches because he was wide. The unfortunate for him is he's drawn barrier number 11, so he might get a similar run here. Galaxy Patch has had a run since, and that was on the all-weather and didn't feature. But look, it was a nice run from Northern Beaches, and he looked the winner, didn't he? He was just beaten really late. So if he can get any sort of run, then he can be in it.
All right, that's a good report for Northern Beaches, just with the premise that the barrier is wide for him. And our final replay features Ladies' Choice. He's up out 3 wide. Had a great battle this day with Ka Ying Cheer. It was simply a head bobber. Half a stride either way. He wins the race. Ladies' Choice comes up in grade for the first time.
Yeah, look, I'm going to include Ladies' Choice because I thought this is a good form race that this has come out of as well. Ka Ying Cheer has run well again since. He's drawn 10, but I think in this field, a field of 12, he'd be able to slot in somewhere there midfield. And prior to this, he'd won his 2, so he's a horse in really good form. So he's hard to leave out in that.
Great finish. Heads up and down in the end was the inside horse by a very narrow margin. Good race, this one.
Yeah, really good race. I'm going to go with Global Harmony, though. The 5, I think he's ready to win. It was a good run the back end of last season. Beauty Crescent, Ladies' Choice and Greenwich, we've talked about those 3. 5, 1, 10, 12.
We heard from Sha Tin, we've heard from Paul, and Global Harmony, the one to beat in race number 9. And we shut the purse on Sasa Ladies Purse Day with race number 10, the last at 10 minutes to 6 local time. It is a Class 3 over the 1,400 metres, and Drombeg Benner first up for the season. He's trialled well a couple of times to prepare for this. Flagship Warrior wears a tongue tie for the first time. Oriental Smoke has a tongue tie going back on. Blue Marlin looking for 3 in a row, as is Yellowfin, as is Green and White. Circuit Mighty, he's been better in Class 3, but still just can't quite win one in this grade as yet. Parterre has his first start for Chris So, and Flamingo Trillium will wear cheek pieces for the first time. Looking at some pace here, Paul. We've got horses like Yellowfin who goes forward. Parterre's led up in a trial. Drombeg Benner's gone forward. Circuit Mighty has early pace also.
Yeah, so it should be good, run at a good pace this one, but Yellowfin I think will try and get across. Parterre might just put a bit of pressure on him. Circuit Mighty, I thought Good Buddy will get a nice run, as will Green and White. Flagship Warrior generally gets back, and Fallon hasn't shown too much pace in his only start.
Nick joins us with an interview, and Lyle Hewitts, and we'll be hoping it still fins up for Yellowfin.
Lyle, Sunday's meeting looks a pretty competitive one. You've got Yellowfin, who I think certainly should get competitive. He's been in very good form.
Yeah, he really has. After he got that victory on his belt, he's maintained that level of form, and I think with the confidence has made him capable of picking up another win. So hopefully he continues this upward trajectory, and yeah, looking forward to be back aboard him.
What on his running style now? You made the running last time. Is he a better horse in front, or is he a better horse taking the sit? I mean, he seemingly is a bit versatile in that respect.
Yeah, he's versatile, so I don't think it's hard and fast to go forward or do anything. I think it's tempo-based with him because he's a strong traveller, and he progressively gets stronger in the run. So it's all about tempo with him, but being able to ride him both ways makes that pretty easy. So yeah, just a smooth trip with him, and he can produce his best.
Form looks okay on paper too. Taj Dragon, I know, is a horse that Pierre Ung quite has plenty of time for, and he won next time, so the form is pretty solid.
Yeah, form is solid, and you know he does obviously go up in weight, but he's a big, strong horse too. So hopefully, you know, he can shoulder that with no problem. So yeah, he should go back and be a competitive runner once again.
Showed you all the right signs in his latest trial.
Yeah, I was very pleased with his trial. He's a better horse on the turf too, so that trial was pleasing, and I think that he's taken a step forward in his track work and everything. So he's going into the race in fine form.
He certainly is a nice horse. Just give us a line on Chilled Chibi, if you will. He looked quite impressive on Wednesday night.
Yeah, I think he's a lovely horse. Of course, no secret with his setback, and that's something that the team have done a great job looking after. And going forward, I think that's the one thing that they just have to keep on top of. But obviously a progressive type, and that was really enjoyable to be a part of. He won a good race.
We stay at the fish market now, Paul, because we're moving on from Yellowfin to Blue Marlin, so it's a rather aquatic class race, and both of them are absolutely flying.
They are, aren't they? And look, a really good, and so's the stable as well with Douglas White after that, all those winners on the weekend. But on Wednesday night, I should say. But look, a really good run here from Blue Marlin. He's won his last couple. He's won 3 of his last 5. He's in really good form at the moment. He's one of the main chances. He's drawn barrier 13. That's just what he's got to overcome. But look, he's a nice, big, strong horse, and he's going really well.
He carries an extra 7 pounds for this win, but as Paul said, he is a big unit as Blue Marlin, and he's raced away to beat Outgate here. He beat Divine Era 2 starts ago and was eased down to score, so jumps off a rating of 72. But they're not the only 2 in-form horses in the race, Paul. This guy was huge in this. Green and White. No luck, raced wide the entire, and then beat a handy enough field.
Yeah, he was wide all the way, and he was entitled to drop out, but he didn't. And look, I think he's got plenty of rating points in hand. He's going really well, this Horsack Purdon aboard, and look, he really stayed on nice. He got a little bit tired in the end, but that was Lost Child on his inside, he's a pretty good horse in his own right, but he hung on nicely, and he did run well, and he dug in deep. So he's tried well again since, so I think he's definitely one of the main contenders.
He's a member of the Ricky U stable, is Green and White. Are you going fishing in the last or leaving the rod and tackle box at home?
No, they're both in there, but not on top. We're going to go with a catch of Green and White. He's on top to beat Blue Marlin and Yellowfin. Now, horse we haven't talked about, Good Buddy. He's a very consistent horse, and I think he's going to get a really nice run. And again, the David Hall runners are going so well at the moment. 7, 4, 6 and 5 in the last.
And that is the preview for Sha Tin on Sunday. Sasa Ladies Purse Day gets underway at 1 o'clock. We'll be on the C+3 course.